Late one evening, a married couple was driving down a dark country road, which served as a shortcut across a mountain. The narrow road curved dangerously, and the thick fog that covered the valley made the journey a bit treacherous. Suddenly, they saw a woman stumble out into the middle of the road. The husband slammed on the brakes and came to a stop right in front of her. The woman's clothes were bloody, and she was waving frantically. The couple got out of the car to see what was wrong with her. The bleeding woman explained that she was in a car accident. Her car had skidded off the road and rolled down a cliff. She told them that her child was stuck inside the wreck, and she begged them to help. Despite the heavy fog, the husband scaled the steep cliff and made his way to the bottom, guided by the cries of the child. There was an adult slumped over the steering wheel, but the man could see that the person was beyond help. Using all his strength, he forced the boot open. Then he reached in to rescue the child. Holding the child against his shoulder, he climbed back up the hill with great difficulty. He reached the top, eager to reunite the mother with the child, but he realized that the woman was nowhere to be seen. When he asked where the woman had gone, his wife had told him that the woman followed him down to the scene of the crash. Leaving the crying child with his wife, the man made his way back down the steep incline. He checked the front seat and found the dead person still slumped over the steering wheel. When he moved the dead body to look at the face, he was shocked to discover that it was the woman that flagged him down. Alright guys, we're here, we made it. We're at the very end of my Super Castlevania OctoberFest playthrough. This stage is very hard, but this music track is very good. This is the best version of Bloody Tears ever. But anyway, I've said that several times. This stage right here is the clock tower. Just like the dungeon, the library, the throne room, these make it into every Castlevania game, and they pay homage to the Hammer horror films. The clock tower is usually at the end of the Castlevania games because there's a lot of platforming, you have to jump off a lot of gears, there's a lot of Medusa heads, and the enemy placements are usually really bad. So they put them at the end of the Castlevania games because they're hard. With the exception of Castlevania 3, you can choose to go to the clock tower as the second stage if you want to go for Grant, which I don't know why you would want to do that because he's pretty useless. I'm just kidding to all the Grant fans out there. But, well, you know what? I thought about it too. Castlevania Symphony of the Night, the clock tower is towards the end of the game, but it's not as hard as these because, you know, in Castlevania Symphony of the Night, you can get knocked down, but you don't die from falling in that game. So it's a lot more forgiving. It could be tedious to keep crawling back up to the top, but he can turn into a bat in that game, so it's not that much of a big deal. Whew. Tough. So here's the first of the 3 cheap enemy placements. We just got to be real careful how we go about this. We don't want to swing. The point is we don't want the camera to move. There's an enemy waiting, and there he is. You don't know how many times that guy has sent me off into that pit. Working our way up, everything is going good so far. This is one of those tracks that makes me feel like I can do anything. Like I can beat Dracula with a fork and oh! Almost forgot about the falling gears. That's the last one. So that's the first time that's introduced. Now the object is for me to try to hold on to the boomerang throughout 3 stages too, because you don't get the boomerang ever again. Well, there is a secret spot, but you don't get it conventionally. So you want to hold on to the boomerang as long as you can. So here's the hardest part in the game. There is a really cheap enemy placement, but luckily for me, I know a trick to this. I'm gonna start off with the whip short. There's a guy right here throwing an axe. I baited him into throwing that axe early, then I extend the whip so I can avoid the axe. That is a very tricky part. And we got past that part, luckily. There's one more part that's similar to that, but it's nowhere near as hard. Oh! Medusa, stop touching me! How many heads does Medusa have? I thought she was just one creature. Anyway, here's the other part. Now this part we have no choice but to get off of here. There's no way to avoid the bone dragon. You don't want to mess with them. I think the bone dragons are probably some of the toughest. I don't mean like hard to kill or anything. Like, I mean toughest as far as like tanking and things like that. Wait, I just contradicted myself. Anyway, moving forward. We're at the end of the clock tower. And I don't know, for this to be a clock tower, this is a beautiful stage to me. How can the clock tower be beautiful? I don't know, it's just I like vintage things. I like the way this stage looks. So you'll recognize this guy, of course, from Castlevania 1 and the Hammer horror films, the Mummy. He just spawned in the ideal area for me. Oh, and he spawned in the second ideal area. Now, in Castlevania 1, there was 2 mummies. For some reason in this game, they keep taking their partners away. I'm not really complaining because, you know, Frankenstein's monster without Igor was a lot easier, and the mummy by himself is easy too, as long as you play him the way I'm playing him. If you play him the regular way, it's like playing Smash Brothers. He keeps trying to knock you off the edge of the screen to kill you. But we got through that stage without a hitch. That's always a plus, but then again, Bloody Tears is my strength. Hearing Bloody Tears is like me going Hailkin or something, I don't know. On towards the throne room. We're actually getting ready to head across this bridge. This is the same bridge that Alucard crossed in Symphony of the Night, except in that game the bridge was broken down. And I think this game will show you, if you pay attention, of why that bridge was broken down, why Alucard had a harder time getting across. Not really had a harder time because he can turn into a bat, but you know, he couldn't just simply walk across. I'm gonna go for it and jump. That took a lot of damage. Here's the bridge coming up. There's only one way to really play this stage, and that's just to keep moving. Don't even look at the bats, don't pay attention to them, just keep moving forward. I don't even know what's in these candles, to be honest. It would have been nice if there was a piece of chicken in them, because I need some health, and I don't want to lose my boomerang, but we don't want to stop moving. So that's it, that's why the bridge was gone in Symphony of the Night. Apparently Simon broke him. Oh, that last stage, I don't know if I said it or not, that was Castlevania 1's theme. This one right here is Castlevania 3's theme. That's what's cool about Super Castlevania IV is they play a remastered version of all the starting themes of those Castlevania games on the NES. And I just died. So without the stairs, we have to take a death. I lost my boomerang, that's the last thing I wanted to do. But my diagonals on this controller is pretty bad, and there we go again. I'm gonna try to go up this way, because I think it's the diagonal up left that's bad. Might as well just take the longer road. We want to try to stay ahead of that gear that's on the bottom of the screen. If it touches you once, you're dead. So we want to, it's a race. It's a race to beat that thing up the screen. You got a bunch of creatures just gonna try to slow you down. Oh, my upper right diagonal is bad too. Need a new controller. But this thing is what, 20 years old? It's about that time. Or maybe I should get the mini. Gotta hurry up and kill him. We have to kill him too because he will knock you off of this hook. That will be it. Alright, so we got the long whip. This is a hard part, in the game as well. If you don't watch where you're jumping, you can get spiked in the head easily. And I made that look easy. I know the patterns of the moving platforms. Good. So the worst is over for now. Uh-oh. If he would have hit me one more time, I would have flew off and died. You see the red carpet, that's always synonymous with the throne room. We're right underneath the throne room. Literally, like right underneath it. Almost there. So here's the hardest part in the game. Second hardest part in the game. If you know how to do it, you'll be all right. So we have to make a jump. We have to make 2 jumps, and we have to keep moving very. Come on. We got to jump early too, and you'll see why. Ah! Yeah, I think we got it. So here we are. This is what people like to call Dracula's bodyguards. He's guarded by his 3 most powerful creatures. And the hardest one by far to me is Slogra, which is this guy right here. He makes an appearance in Symphony of the Night. Alucard didn't have to go through what I have to go through as Simon. It's just all about timing. He has invincibility frames. And I'm ducking every time because he likes to attack as soon as he... Okay, yeah, that's not good. Like this stage right here, he will keep diving forward with his beak. I'm trying to create distance, and that might have sealed my fate right there. If he dives again, I'm dead. That's good. I did not want to fight him again. Imagine fighting him and trying to hold on to your boomerang. It's not easy. So we're heading to the second boss. And this guy right here, he's probably the weakest out of the 3. I don't even know his name. I don't think anybody knows his name because like nobody cares. He's terrible. The diagonals again. Ah. I don't want to take too much damage because I think they only give you 1 meat after this one. He actually gets easier in his second form. That's weird. Yep, I took too much damage. Oh wait, no, not really. Alright, that's the second boss down. Now, Slogra and him, I think his name is Gideon, I'm not sure though. You could fight them in the first stage of Castlevania Symphony of the Night. First stage. So this guy, if you watch my Dracula video, you're gonna know who he is anyway, but you'll know how powerful this guy is. So this is a trick that I've learned a while ago, and it might not work, but if you hold your whip straight up like this, supposedly it'll block all of his attacks. These are like free hits right here. He's trying to pull me in. Sometimes that jump right there is hard. See if I can get back over here in time. I didn't. That's okay. Only took 1 hit. My bad. So this part right here is time consuming if you do it this way, but it's the safest. Like, look how fast his little scythes are going. Come on, man. Pull me in. Alright, so when he does that dive, you can get a free hit in. I'm just gonna light him as much as I can. Facing the wrong way. Oh, I got him. This is so crazy. The very first video I made on Castlevania 4, I was talking about how the whip is basically a shield. And for it to be the end of the game, it is so pivotal for you to know that, because this fight without knowing that is terrible. We're just gonna wait for him to... That's fine. Hopefully when he goes down and pulls me in again, or tries to pull me in again, that will be... Yeah, it will be the end. Down to 5 health. Yeah, we should be able to kill him right here. Good. Alright guys, this is it. Now this is gonna sound really funny, but when I was little, this used to scare me. The torches are lighting as you walk closer and closer to Dracula. There's a secret here too. I'm gonna go ahead and take advantage of it because I don't want to keep refighting Dracula. And Dracula's pretty hard. Not even gonna lie. I haven't fought him in years. Now we're at the throne room. You've seen this plenty of times, I know. How many times have we seen this same exact scene? Now in this throne room it's a little weird because he actually has his coffin in his throne room. He usually has a throne in his throne room. Like he knew he was gonna get put in his coffin. I forgot how to dodge those. I think it's something about diagonal swinging. Not good. I'm taking damage. Whew, I do not know how to dodge that. Okay, good. So I dodged one. I don't know why he does that, but he gives you chicken sometimes. Trap. These things can be... Whew. Close. We're pretty even in health. That's not good. Because he can tank a couple of my whips. Okay, I was gonna say, did he give me another piece of chicken and it flew away? Oh wow, he gave me another piece of chicken. You idiot. Alright, this is the final stage. His final transformation. I always feel like I can't lose when this song starts playing. That's like 2 major mistakes on their part. He gave me meat and then they gave me this song. Goodbye, Dracula. It was a good fight. I had to go through a whole countryside to get your ass. But I want to say thanks, guys, for everybody who made it to the end of this series. Out of all the games I'm playing on OctoberFest, this was the one I loved. This is, like I said before, tradition for me to play this game around Halloween time. And I just want to say thank you, guys. And I'm going to go ahead and let the ending play. It's not really an ending. And I'll see you guys on the rest of OctoberFest. Peace.